Hola. Hello. Welcome to our Spanish lesson today. You're going to need some equipment today. You'll need some paper to write on, a pen or a pencil to write with. You'll also need some scissors and maybe some colouring pencils or colouring pens as well. If you don't have those things in front of you now, pause the video, pop and get them, and then press play when you're ready to continue. Today, then, we're going to be working some more on the plural forms of nouns using our animal nouns to help us with that. And then we're going to be looking at how to say how many of each animal is in the animal park. Let's just have a recap of our numbers from 1 to 39. Count along with me. Are you ready? Here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and that's where we stop. But remember, we've been looking at some animals that can be found in the animal park, which is called Parque de la Naturaleza de Cabárceno, which is in Cantabria on the north coast of Spain. And let's just have a practice of our 10 animal words, which we're going to be using today. Escuchad y repetid. Oso pardo, oso pardo. Bisonte, bisonte. Avestruz, avestruz. Caballo, caballo. Jirafa, jirafa. Elefante, elefante. Mono, mono. Llama, llama. Gorila, gorila. Zebra, zebra. And we looked at the sound, didn't we, in each of those words that makes them a bit different to English. We saw that in avestruz, the V has a B sound and the Z has a Th sound. Avestruz. In caballo and in llama as well, two L's make a Y sound. Caballo and llama. Then in the word for giraffe, jirafa, the letter J makes that J sound. And finally, in the last animal, zebra, the C and an E makes the Th sound. Now I've taken away all of the names of the animals and just left the first letter of each one. In a minute, what I'd like you to do is to pause the video and see if you can write those animal words from memory. And then press play again when you're ready to continue. So pause the video, have a go at that, and then press the play again when you're ready to see the answers. So how do you think you've got on? Do you think you've managed to write those 10 animal words from memory? Let's put them back in again. So pause the video, mark your work, correct it if you need to. How did you get on? It's important to correct your own work and to learn from those errors. So last week we were having a look at certain kind of words, and it was the name that we give to words when there is more than one. Can you remember what that word is? That's right, plural. So plural means more than one. Can you remember what the opposite of plural is? When there's just one, it's singular. So all the animal words that we were practicing just now were the singular form. There was just one of them. Then we looked at the changes that we need to make if there is more than one of the animal. Can you remember what happens if the noun ends in a vowel in A, E, I, O, or U? How do we make that one plural? That's right, we add an S on the end. What about if the word ends in any other letter? In other words, if it ends in a consonant, what happens then? That's it. We put ES on the end. There is one exception, though, isn't there? Can you remember which letter on the end is the exception? That's it. If your noun ends in a Z, then you first of all have to remove that Z and then put CES on the end just to keep the th sound. So here are our animals back again. The little rule for making things plural is in the corner there, just to give you a little bit of a reminder. And let's see if we can put our animal words into their plural forms. So the first one, oso pardo, is one brown bear, but how do we say brown bears? That's right, osos pardos ends in a vowel, so we add S to both words. And number two, how are we going to say bisons? That's right, add S again, bisontes. And number three, avestruz is an ostrich, but how do we say ostriches? That's right, that one's the exception, isn't it? It ends in a Z, so it has to be avestruces. And number four, we've got horse is caballo. How do we say horses? Right, caballos ends with a vowel. Then number five, how do we say giraffes? Jirafas ends in a vowel, so put an S on. And number six, one elephant is elefante. How do we say elephants? Right, elefantes. And number seven, how are we going to say monkeys? Monos. There's another one that ends in a vowel. And number eight, we've got a llama there, but one of them, how do we say more than one? Llamas. There's only one gorilla. What if there's more than one gorilla? Gorillas. And finally, one zebra is zebra. But what about if there is more than one zebra? It would be zebras with an S on the end. So those are the forms if there is more than one. So that's two or more of that particular animal. That's how we make them plural. Let's have a go at saying those plural forms. Escuchad y repetid. Osos pardos. Osos pardos. Bisontes. Bisontes. Avestruces. Avestruces. Caballos. Caballos. Jirafas. Jirafas. Elefantes. Elefantes. Monos. Monos. Llamas. Llamas. Gorilas. Gorilas. Cebras. Cebras. So that's what all of the animal words look like when there is more than one of the animal. Now here we have a sentence builder which is showing us how to put our sentences together to say how many of each animal is in the animal park. And you can see that we start off on the left, just here, with En mi parque de animales, in my animal park. Then we follow the arrows to I for there is or there are, which is just there. And then we have the number. Now it could be one of the animal, un or una, but of course it could be more than one of the animal. There wasn't space to put in all the numbers that you know, so there's just a few examples there. And then, of course, the animals will be the last thing in the sentence. So let's take away everything except the numbers of animals. There we are. And let's see if you can work out how to say these phrases. So, first of all, how would you say one gorilla? One gorilla. Can you see the words you'd need? Un gorila. Un gorila. So gorilla is masculine. That means it has to be un because that's the arrow pointing to the masculine animal words. How would you say four zebras? Four zebras. Have you found it? Cuatro cebras. Cuatro cebras. When it's a number more than one, you can use the same number with masculine and feminine words. Next, how do we say one llama? One llama. Have you found the word you need? Una llama. Una llama. So we need una this time because the word llama is a feminine animal word. Next, how do you say 22 monkeys? 22 monkeys. Have a look for the words that you need. 22 monkeys. Have you found it? You need 22 monos. 22 monos. 22 monkeys. And what about 15 horses? 15 horses. How do you say 15 horses? Have you found the words? 15 caballos. 15 caballos. 15 horses. 15 caballos. Let's put the rest of the sentence builder back again so that we can see the whole sentence. And how would you say, using this sentence builder, first of all, in my animal park, there is one ostrich. In my animal park, there is one ostrich. Can you point to the words that you're going to need? In my animal park, there is one ostrich. So you need En mi parque de animales hay un avestruz. In my animal park, there is one ostrich. And next, how will you say, in my animal park, there is one giraffe? In my animal park, there is one giraffe. Point to the words that you're going to need and in the right order. En mi parque de animales hay una jirafa. In my animal park, there is one giraffe. Next, how would you say, in my animal park, there are 36 elephants? That's a lot of elephants. In my animal park, there are 36 elephants. En mi parque de animales hay 36 elefantes. And we'll do one more. How will you say, in my animal park, there are 4 brown bears? In my animal park, there are 4 brown bears. Point to the words that you need in the order that you need them. In my animal park, there are 4 brown bears. En mi parque de animales hay 4 osos pardos. Now, next time I press the button, a sentence is going to appear, and that sentence is going to take 8 seconds to fade away to nothing. What I would like you to do is to look at that sentence really, really carefully, and when that sentence has completely disappeared, I want you to write it down. You can't write anything down until it's faded away completely. So put your pencil down, look at the sentence. As soon as it's faded away, you can write it. Here it is. It's nearly gone. Right, that's faded away. Write the sentence down. Pause the video if you need to. So, have you got the sentence? Let's check it. That first sentence was En mi parque de animales hay un oso pardo. Let's try another one. Put the pencil down. Remember, you can't write until it's faded away. Here it comes. Okay, pause the video, write the sentence down. So let's check that one. It was En mi parque de animales hay 18 cebras. So make any corrections that you need to. And then press play again when you're ready to see the next one. Okay, here's the next sentence. Put the pencil down. Here it is. Right, it's faded away. Pause the video and write the sentence. Right, let's see which that one was. En mi parque de animales hay 4 bisontes. So just pause and correct your work if you need to. And let's look at the next sentence. So put your pencil down, ready to study it. Here it comes. Okay, pause and write the sentence. And let's see what that one was. En mi parque de animales hay una jirafa. Last one coming up. Okay, pause the video, write your sentence. And let's check that last one. En mi parque de animales hay 15 caballos. So just check make any corrections if you need to. How did you get on with those? Did you notice that they all started off the same? They all started off en mi parque de animales hay, but then there was a different number and a different animal in each of them. Let's read a short story together about an animal park. It's called En el Parque de Animales. Me llamo Miguel. Trabajo en el Parque de Animales. Hay muchos animales. Let's see if we can work out what he's saying. First of all, he says, Me llamo Miguel. What do we find out first? Right, my name is Miguel. Trabajo en el Parque de Animales. Now, there's only one word you don't know in that sentence because you know that en el Parque de Animales is in the animal park. What do you think trabajo might be? It means I work. I work in the animal park. Then he says, hay muchos animales. So we know that animales is animals, and we know that hay is there is or there are. What do you think muchos is? Yeah. There are many animals. Looks a bit like much in English, doesn't it? Let's see all these many animals. Hay 16 hipopótamos. Hay 16 hipopótamos. So first of all, which animals are there? That's right, there are 16 hippos. Hay 20 avestruces. Hay 20 avestruces. What are there next? There are 20 ostriches. There's that irregular plural, the one that doesn't follow the pattern. Hay 17 flamencos. Hay 17 flamencos. What is there next in this animal park? There are 17 flamingos. Hay 8 elefantes. That's right, there are 8 elephants. Hay 22 leones. What can we find next in this animal park? Hay 22 leones. There are 22 lions. It's a lot of lions. You don't usually see that many together. Hay 19 osos pardos. Hay 19 osos pardos. What's the last thing that we can find in the animal park? That's right. There are 19 brown bears. So there are a lot of animals in this animal park, aren't there? Now, your last activity for today is going to be to make your own version of the story that we just read. And to do that, you're going to make a mini book to put your story in. So for your mini book, you are going to need a piece of paper and you're going to need your scissors. First of all, take your piece of paper and fold it in half like you're making a birthday card. So fold it in half as exactly as you can. Do a nice fold. Then fold it in half again the same way, as though you were making a long and skinny birthday card. I'm just going to use my table for this fold. There we are. Next, I'm going to fold it in half, but the other way, this way. And what we're doing here is we're marking our piece of paper out into its 8 pages. So our little book is going to end up this size. Okay, have you got to this stage? Remember, you can pause the video at any point until you catch up. Now, the next thing we need to do is to unfold the last 2 folds that we made. So we're going to unfold 1 and we're going to unfold 2 so that we're back to this stage. Now, very important bit next, we need to find out where the fold is. My fold is here. So if I hold it like it was a tent, I need to find this center fold on the top fold here, because we're going to cut from the top of the fold down to the center. If you cut from that way up to the center, it's not going to work. So we need to cut from the middle of the fold, where the fold line is, down to the center. So from the fold to the center. So it'll look a bit like this when you're done. Next, open it out all the way. You can see that you've got a piece of paper with a hole in the middle. Next, you need to fold it in half the other way. Just tidy up those creases there. There we are. And this is where the magic happens, where you get your pages. So one end in each hand, push your hands together, and those are your pages there. Then fold it round, and there's your mini book there. So it's got your front cover. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 pages. Now, here are all the words and the phrases to help you as you put your mini book together. First of all, up here, you can see the first page where we had the park keeper telling us who he was. So, me llamo, pop your name in there. Trabajo en el parque de animales. I work in the animal park. Hay muchos animales. There are many animals. That's going to go on your first page. Then on the other pages, they're all going to look the same. They're going to use this sentence here. I, then you put your number, and then you put your animal word. Remember though, if there is more than one of the animal, you need to make the animal plural. And the reminder of how to do that is just here. All the ones that end in vowels, you're going to put an S on. Remember that avestruz ends in a Z, and so it follows a slightly different rule. Now, here is one that I prepared. So I said, hay 10 osos pardos. So I got the word for brown bear, oso pardo. It ends in vowels, so I put S's on the end because there are 10 of them in my animal park. And there's my picture of the 10 brown bears. Also in my animal park, hay 2 jirafas. There are 2 giraffes. So I got the word jirafa for giraffe and put an S on the end to make it plural. So pause the video now, have a go at filling your mini book, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Well done, we've worked hard today on our animals, and I hope that you enjoyed filling your mini book and drawing the animals in as well. Muy bien, and adios. See you next time.